Hey guys, and welcome back to another Arma 3 video. In this video, I'll be covering 5 of my favorite single-player experiences that I think you should be playing in 2022. It was hard narrowing down this list to just 5, and if this list receives some good attention, I'll expand it into another 5 later on, should you all want to see more. It should be noted that a couple of these mods are built for co-op and are labeled as such in their Steam pages, but if you don't have anyone to play with, you can play them in single player just as easily, and they're still a ton of fun. With that, let's get right into the list. At number 5 is an old but gold scenario, and that is Dynamic Combat Ops by Baby Yoda executed by the state, who, for brevity's sake, I'm just going to call Baby Yoda from here on out. This was one of my first ventures into the dynamic single-player experiences that Arma 3 provides, and it still holds up to this day as one of the most fun experiences I've had. Maybe it was because it was so customizable and I hadn't really experienced anything like it in any game up to that point back in 2017. Baby Yoda has developed a ton of these ops for all of the vanilla terrains as well as a ton of modded maps, so head over to his workshop to see if he's made one for the map you're wanting to play on. I can almost guarantee that he did. You start the scenario by picking your mission parameters in a unique user interface. Here you can pick who the Blue 4, Op 4, and civilian factions are based on the mods you have loaded. You then proceed to customize weather, time, and the environmental effects as well as AI difficulty. You could then head to customize your team and even customize their individual loadouts, including your own. Once completed, you spawn at your base on the map and proceed to begin capturing the enemy held sectors until all sectors are under your control. You have vehicles that spawn and support you, as the dynamic combat ops are centered around combined arms operations. The enemy will also throw vehicles at you, so always diversify your team and ensure you're ready for anything. These missions will take you hours to complete and are a blast. You can save and exit and pick right back up where you started from. At number 4 is After Eastwind Monday Mule by Ayanasa. This is hands down one of the most immersive and enjoyable missions I've played on the workshop. Fully voice acted with up to 10 different characters, all voice acted by a different person. You really feel like this world is alive in this mission, and surprisingly, unless things go really bad, you don't have to fire a shot in this mission, which is one of the most unique parts about it. You start off as Dick Johnson, a Myrmidons Incorporated transport helicopter pilot who's been deployed to Altus after the Eastwind incident. The island is again on the verge of chaos as multiple militia factions have formed against the new Altus army. During your in-brief to start the mission, you are told a local child has been struck and killed by a new Altus army transport truck, pissing off the civilian population and pushing the island closer to the brink of war. While the brittle peace begins to unravel, you continue on with your mission tasks for the day. I'll end it here as I don't want to spoil anything, but I can honestly say that this is one of the more inventive missions out there, and it's clear that a metric fuck ton of effort went into building the backstory and lived-in world that Monday Mule provides. At number 3, we've got Direct Action by Billy E. World. This mod scenario is fantastic and has been created for a ton of different terrains and usable with a lot of the huge content mods out there like Operation Trebuchet, COOP, RHS, and a buttload more. The mod presets he recommends are available on his Discord for ease of use. If you're like me and just downloaded the scenario and played it with what you've got, you'll be greeted with a pop-up window first thing explaining what you've got loaded that works and what you need to get the rest working. Moving into the scenario, the first thing you'll see is a small operations center where you can recruit troops to your squad, choose a mission to play using the map, and switch your gear up with the provided arsenal. These command centers are scattered all around the main base you start at, so you don't have to constantly run back to just one. Once a mission has been chosen, support options open up to you like transportation and paradrop. As you move through the mission and clear objectives, you'll be given points which you can spend on unlocking better and better vehicles to use during the more difficult missions until all objectives are complete. Saving works perfectly and lets you pick right back up where you left off. This is truly a fantastic dive into the Arma 3 sandbox, especially when other major content mods are loaded. At number 2 is OPCOM, Operations Command by King of Nothing. A relatively recent addition to the workshop, OPCOM, comes with quite possibly one of the most unique user interfaces I've ever seen in a single player scenario. Upon launching, you're immediately thrown into a mission builder with a depth unlike anything I've ever seen before. This user interface allows you to pick your operations area, the type of mission you'll be conducting, vehicle and aircraft support available to you mid-mission, and much, much more. You're even able to change what factions will appear as Blue 4, Op 4, and Independent forces, ensuring that each playthrough will be a unique experience. Other things like ambient aircraft flyovers are available, helping the world feel alive and lived in. I've been having a ton of fun messing with all the different scenarios this mod provides, and is definitely one of the highlights of 2022 so far. And finally, at number 1 is a personal favorite of mine, and that is Cold War Rearmed 3 Cold War Crisis campaign by Wool. The entire Cold War Crisis campaign has been remade using COOP mods and is without a doubt the best single player experience I've had in Arma 3 to date. Again, this is my personal opinion because of my history with the series going back to 2002, but man, I couldn't help but throw this one at number 1. Every single line of dialogue, every script, every action you do in the original Cold War Crisis campaign has been painstakingly recreated by Wool and his team. It's been an incredible nostalgia trip while I play one of the most beloved campaigns using the updated engine and graphics. Adding other quality of life mods like Reduced Haze and Blast Core will greatly spice up the look and feel of your campaign experience, and I can't thank Wool enough for doing this for us. Playing back through some of these missions that to this day are some of my fondest gaming memories is an absolute blast, and if you're wanting that 1985 Cold War gone hot action and never had a chance to play the original Operation Flashpoint back in 2002, this is about as close as you're going to get to that experience, and is without a doubt the easiest recommendation on single player scenarios that I can possibly make. Well guys, thank you so very much again for joining me today. Arma 3 is one of the best gaming experiences available and has been since 2013. Every month more and more mods hit the workshop that push this platform further and keeps the player base engaged and wanting more. I'd like to give a humble shout out to my amazing patrons whose support I appreciate more than they realize. They're helping to keep my server online where you see all the craziness unfold in some of my videos. So if you're interested in supporting me and my channel, please see the link for my Patreon down below. Thank you all so very much again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.